Hi all, this is Simona Rich and this is a personal update audio, and I decided to do audio rather than video because I'm in India and the fan in my room is on because it's really hot. So it would look really awkward if I had to keep my microphone very close to my lips when I record a video, so I decided to do an audio instead. And this audio will cover quite a few subjects. I would like to share with you about some things that happened prior to and during my travels, and what happened here in India, and other things about what's going on in my life. So firstly, I would like to tell you that it was really interesting when I was booking my travel to India. You might not know this, but I always look at the planetary hours whenever I do something important, and that reminds me that I should make a video about it, how I use numbers and planetary hours to my advantage. So I'm actually making a note now to make a video about this. When I was booking my flight to India, I looked at the planetary hour and it was the hour of Saturn, but I had little time and I really wanted to book that flight. It had such good deal, but the hour was Saturn, and I booked despite of the fact that this hour might not be the best to book such things, because Saturn hours are good for more like business dealings, but this is kind of about your free time. But I booked my travel nevertheless, and the second that I booked the ticket, straight away I get a message on my mobile, and it's from my mom, and she was on holiday then, and she sent me a message saying, I had the best time in my life in whichever country that she visited at that time. So it was such a great confirmation that I should not worry, and that's how planets communicate, through such signs. So basically the message was, don't worry, it's going to be an excellent trip despite of the fact that you're booking on this hour. And it turned out to be absolutely right, because I'm so much enjoying my time here. And even before getting to India, I had so many interesting things that happened, like lucky things. And actually when it comes to astrology, my luck lies in the 5th house of hobbies and free time, and this is so true. Whenever I travel, whenever I do something that I enjoy, my luck lies there. And again, that's why it's so important to know your chart. You know where your luck is, you know where you are unlucky, and so forth. It's just so important. Like Jordan Maxwell told in one of his interviews that probably it's not his saying, but anyway, he said, if you don't know your stars, your life is going to be a disaster. Star. So it's so true. It's so important to know your stars. So indeed, luck was with me during my travels, and there were some lucky events when I was traveling in Poland. Apart from the fact that most people don't speak English there, and there are no English signs in the very capital, it was very difficult to be in that city, to get around. But despite of it, I had some very helpful people, which made me able to find my way to the airport. And what was really lucky was when I was flying from Dubai to India, because this happened the second time for me. I got e-visa and electronic visa excuse me, and I just would print out the email saying that the visa was confirmed, but I would fail to actually click through and to print out the actual visa, approved visa, and I don't know how to do it. There are no links. I just don't see it. Anyway, it's actually the second time that I made this mistake, so I just printed out the email confirmation, and I went to the check-in, and they got me through with that just simple email confirmation. And when I got at the gates, they stopped me at the gates and said that this is not an actual visa. You had to print out the visa with your picture and the barcode. And I said, but nobody told me there at the check-in. And then they said, oh, probably the staff must be new, otherwise they wouldn't have allowed you to check in. So what they did, since I was already checked in, they actually printed that out for themselves. They themselves printed it out and gave it to me. And so if actually that guy would stop me at the check-in, I would have missed my flight, because there's no printing facility before the gates. There, if you, for example, don't have your boarding ticket in certain airlines, like you cannot print it out. Like in budget airlines, they will charge you for that. And I would have missed my flight because there was no way for me to print out that confirmation. So it's just amazing that I got to the check-in where the guy was new. So that's definitely lucky that I'm here at the moment in India. And what else I wanted to tell you about my travel? So about my time in Dubai, I loved Dubai. I thought the city was so well planned, and just it's made for human convenience. So it's good if you stayed in Asia for a long time and you missed convenience. And also as I lived in Lithuania in a village, so again I missed all those conveniences, and we take them for granted, or we might even dislike some of the conveniences, but actually living in a village made me appreciate technology and conveniences in a totally new way. Before, because it was always there, I was born in the capital, I never really paid much importance to it. But once you get to live in like a very basic life in a village, you get to appreciate conveniences, especially internet. That is something that I really got to appreciate. So when I got to Dubai, I felt so comfortable, like everything is made there for human comfort. Even beaches, they made they paved roads for easier walk and also for running. There are running tracks all along the beach so that you don't run on sand, which isn't convenient, but you run on that track along the beach, breathing fresh air. So everything like this is made for human convenience. So I found this that place amazing. And I know I talked here in India with some tourists, and the Western tourists, and they disliked Dubai. They said everything is fake. It's true, everything is human made there, but it's also amazing to know that they made such a great city from just a strip of desert. Is just amazing to know that. So for me personally, I loved Dubai, but it's extremely expensive. As I uploaded some photos on Facebook, you probably, if you are on my Facebook, you might have seen that picture where I showed that I ordered Turkish ice cream and it was €9 just for that ice cream. So it's extremely expensive. Everything there is expensive, but it's very comfortable. It's a convenient place. So I enjoyed my stay there, and hopefully next time I might spend much more time, because there is just so many more places to visit. And then I got to India, and since I'm now in my favorite place, and probably I will stay here for a month or maybe even more. I got to meet many local people that know me, and most of them said that I gained weight, which is actually true, because when you live in a cold country, naturally the body tries to protect internal organs. So when you consume food, some of it is stored as fat. So this is just what happens. But now I'm losing it, and I guess I should share with you what to do to lose weight, because I know the Indian way to lose weight, the Ayurvedic way, which works great, and it works much better if you're in a hot country, of course. So you should avoid all dairy, sugar, and meat. You can eat a little dairy, but definitely just a little bit in one meal in a day. And then you should drink, it's not really a healthy advice, but you should drink coffee before or after your meal. Once is enough. Otherwise, if it's too much, it's not good for health. And then there are the best way to lose weight, but in connection with these tips, it works best is to get Ayurvedic herbs. So for example, if you're not in India, you might get Ayurvedic herbs from the company Organic India. I think it's an international brand, and it's a great one, Organic India. So basically, if you get organic herbs that are purifying, like blood purifier, detoxifying, these kinds of herbs, then if you take them every day after your meals, you will lose weight really fast, and then in general be active. And this is definitely going to help you to lose weight very fast. And now my weight is also dropping, but also it's because of the fact that I'm in India, in a hot country, so naturally my body doesn't need to store fat. And what else I wanted to update you? Let's see. I also wanted to tell you that after my 30th birthday, the return of Saturn happened, and in every person's life, Saturn returns on the 29th to 30th birthday. So then is the Saturn return, and your life will change. And my life changed a lot. Saturn brought a lot of obstacles. It made me much more realistic, and before the 30th birthday I was allowed to have much more luck and just a very easy life. But after the return of Saturn, after my 30th birthday, there were many more obstacles, but especially when I moved to Lithuania. I mean, when I bought that plot of land, there were so many unexpected things, and it actually taught me that my willpower is strong, and it made me a stronger person, because no matter what happens, even if things don't go your way, you have to do what you're supposed to do, like get on with your life. So this Saturn in these 6 months really made my life difficult, but in the end I came out successful, and it made me much stronger. So this is the lessons, and every person will have a slightly different lesson after when Saturn returns, and for me that was it, depending on which house Saturn crosses. So for me, these were the lessons. It just put obstacles in general in my life, but I noticed that it made me realize that my willpower is strong, and that whatever obstacle there is, it won't crush me, but I will do my best despite of all the obstacles. So this made me much more a stronger and also more realistic and down-to-earth person. So that's the influence of Saturn. It made me more grounded. Before the 30th birthday, I was all just into spiritual things, but now I think I'm much more balanced, because I look at spiritual and physical. I no longer prioritize spirituality to materialism, but both of them, material and spiritual life, both of them are important to me at this stage of my life. Let's see what else I wanted to share with you. Yeah, I think that's the last thing that I wanted to share with you. It's again a very strange development, and I don't know whether it's because of that I'm over 30 now, 32, or because of any other reason, but I feel that I'm getting, I'm leaning towards maybe being in union with someone. I don't know whether it's marriage or something like this, but I think that I'm ready to be in some sort of union. And I don't know if this happens or not, but I just feel, especially after 6 months of total solitude, that now I would be able to be with someone, but I'm not sure whether it's going to last, this feeling. So I'm going to check myself, to be aware of how I feel, but I think that there is some sort of leaning towards being in some sort of union, so I will see how that works out, and I will let you know what I decide on this later on. Now I'm not taking any drastic actions or anything like this, I'm just observing myself. So I think that's all I wanted to share with you in this video. I'm really enjoying my time here in India. I'm relaxing finally from the cold of my country, and of course I'm staying in a much more spacious place because that hut was so small that I stayed for 6 months in. So I'm really enjoying myself here, and I don't know when I'm going to come back to Lithuania next, but when I do, I think that I'm going to come back with either friends, maybe someone of you, my readers, would like to join me, or maybe from someone like from Workaway or from websites like this, maybe some members would like to join, and I'm just going to try to expand that hut once I come back, and to make the garden beautiful and so forth. So if anyone is into that kind of work, do let me know. I will keep you in mind, but this is not going to happen soon. So I don't know when I'm going to go to my country next. For the time being, I'm going to stay in Asia, but then my passport, I'm running out of passport pages. So when I don't have enough of my passport pages, then I will have to go back, but probably it's going to be, I'm going to go to UK. It's just easier, I think, to get new passport. So I don't know when I come back to my country, but do let me know if you're interested in this kind of work, and then maybe we can work something out, and I will let you know when I plan to go back there. So I think that's all I wanted to share with you in this update. So thank you for listening, and take care.